Once upon a time, in a faraway forest, there was a lonely squirrel seeking a burrow to live in during the winter. Fall was ending, and so far it couldn't find any place. It looked like all the burrows were busy. The lonely squirrel could feel the winter coming, and it was sad and worried. In the forest, there was an elf who knew everything happening in the woods. So the squirrel decided to ask him for advice. "Elf, I'm looking for a burrow, but I cannot find one. Can you help me to find out a good one before the winter is coming?" "Dear squirrel," the elf said, "there are many, many burrows in the forest, and many of them are still empty. You don't see them, but one of them is waiting for you to come. Ask them with no fear, and listen carefully to me. They will open up their door to you when you want to receive their comfortable warmth." Although a little bit confused, the squirrel took hope, and without wasting any time, the squirrel began to ask all the burrows it could find along the way. "Burrow, can you open up your door so I can spend the cold winter with you?" That door remained closed. So the squirrel kept asking around. "Burrow, can you open up your door so I can spend the cold winter with you?" That door remained closed too. The squirrel felt very disappointed because it didn't know how to make the doors open up for him. Tired and sad, the squirrel sat down for a while. For a brief moment, it looked up to the sky. Looking up at the dark clouds approaching, the elf's words came to mind. "Stop searching and prepare the appropriate conditions to receive." "I won't give up. I will try again," the squirrel thought. "Burrow, I'm a good squirrel. I will take care of you all winter, and you won't have to be worried about anything," he said the next hole he found. But the result was the same. The squirrel told other burrows that he was brave, he was strong, he was educated. But no one opened up doors to him. On a branch of a tree, the squirrel sat down to rest and pulled some acorns from his bag. He ate his food slowly, very slowly. Then, eating acorns, he remembered his mom. His mom's words came to his memory. When he was a little squirrel, his mother gave him some small pieces of acorn to eat slowly, very slowly. Remembering his mom, the squirrel got emotional, and tears of joy came to his eyes. The squirrel said in a very low voice, "Thanks, Mom, for teaching me how to open these acorns and enjoy this great food that the earth is giving us." Suddenly, the little squirrel heard the sound of a drum playing very, very softly from far away. Boom, boom, boom. Slowly, the squirrel approached that sound. He was surprised to see a burrow that he had not seen before. "Hello, burrow," the squirrel said. "May I stay with you this winter?" The hole did not move at all, but the squirrel kept asking. "This winter is going to be cold. I know it because my father told me how clouds look like before a cold winter. You, dear burrow, are warm and comfortable. Together, we could have a nice winter." Then the squirrel heard more beats, this time a little bit louder. Boom, boom, boom. Turning around, the squirrel saw the burrow's entrance becoming bigger, letting him in. Inside, he could hear more beats, like someone playing a drum, Boom, boom, boom. The squirrel understood that the beads were peaceful hair beads from the burrow. Entering, the squirrel felt very comfortable. Why has this hole opened its door? The squirrel thought, yawning. How come this hole has trusted with me? The squirrel thought. But it didn't want to think anymore. It was too tired and wanted to sleep. Thanks for your kindness, the squirrel said gratefully. That year, the winter was really cold, but the squirrel was very happy in his burrow. During that cold winter, inside the warm burrow, the squirrel understood the elf's words. You will have your burrow when you allow yourself to trust in its potential warmth. And the best one of all of them opened up for him, and the squirrel lived happily ever after.